right, so here's the legend, George St-Pierre, former UFC welterweight champion, former UFC middleweight champion, and DC as one of the most decorated wrestlers on this UFC roster. You gotta be pretty amazed at what this man has been able to accomplish without any amateur wrestling credentials to speak.
Yeah, with no background, the guys that he's been in there with and controlled the wrestling exchanges has truly been unbelievable to watch. I was in Canada when he fought Josh Koscheck, and he took Josh Koscheck, who was an NCAA champion, down whenever he needed to.
Right.
But it was also the striking that made him so dangerous. I remember George St-Pierre had this combination. It was a lead jab, a lead Superman jab, and a leg kick. Everyone wanted to try and do it, and they say imitation is the greatest form of getting a compliment. We all tried to beat George St-Pierre.
He's got more SPs than him.
He does. He's a man.
So the latest title defense arrives here and now for the UFC's undisputed middleweight champion. And prevailing wisdom is it's going to take a huge effort out of the challenger tonight to dethrone this dominant king.
Absolutely. You do not beat this guy without being on your A game. And not even just your A game is going to get it done. You have got to overachieve in order to beat this guy. This guy is firmly entrenched as the best in the world. When you look at him, you know he's the best. From the way he carries himself, to the confidence, to the skill set. He's the champ, and he doesn't intend for that to change.
It seemed as though it was maybe a difficult weight cut or more difficult than once prior, but he didn't want to hear any of that noise in advance of this latest middleweight championship title defense. Michael Bisping has stepped inside the Octagon and is ready to fight. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, George St-Pierre. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC Middleweight Champion, Michael the Count Bisping.
And there's Herb Dean. He will handle the action inside the Octagon. Well, for all the places we go in the world, few can hold up to this one. Good evening from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Opened April of 2016. UFC went there for the first time at UFC 200, and they've been bringing big shows seemingly every other month ever since.
They call Vegas the fight capital of the world. And if you're talking about a home base for the UFC, you're talking about T-Mobile Arena. Some of the biggest UFC events ever. UFC 200, Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. This place has been the home of some of the biggest UFC fights in history. Tonight, you get to take the same walk to that Octagon and try to make your mark on the sport.
Oh, nice straight punch there by George St-Pierre. Nice teep kick there from the kickboxer, and that is going to give the opposition something to think about. I've never eaten one of those, but doesn't seem fun.
No, it sucks. It sucks to get hit with that front kick up the middle. And that is going to allow for him to stay at range. It also deters takedown attempts, because you know that if you change levels into one of those, you are going to sleep.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing it.
Big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. Uppercut.
Nice movement punch. Man, this is crazy, DC. These fighters are not trying to just touch each other. They're trying to put each other out with every shot.
John, with every shot, these guys are trying to end the fight. What a start. Look at that. Quick finish. That was beautiful.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Just missed with the leg kick. All right, well, you can still attack the thigh, right? We talk so much about calf kicks, but that's been a pretty effective weapon for him here tonight.
It's traditional. It's a traditional leg kick. Just throwing your hip. Bang.
That's the finish. Just the fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. And it might not be over now, but it's going to be over very soon.
All right, late round action here, and George St-Pierre continuously working off of that jab tonight.
It's a beautiful jab, man. I mean, I remember watching him fight Josh Koscheck, and he broke his orbital bone with the first jab. This guy is a tremendous... Oh, both landed.
Oh, big left hand.
You heard him again.
15 seconds. Next. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of what was a great round, DC. Got to talk about that knockdown.
What a fantastic round. He was able to set up a great shot, got the knockdown. You have to be feeling good as he walks back to the corner.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Round 2 underway. Clean execution on that leg kick. Well, no. On that punch right there. His opponent's compromised, DC.
It's one thing to land a hard shot. It's another thing completely to land a perfect shot. And that was a perfect shot.
So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. Got to capitalize on those opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities. You don't get them as often as you like. So when you get a guy hurt, you got to find a way to finish the fight.
He smells blood in the water. Got to start looking for the finish here. We might get a stoppage here soon.
In the half guard.
While St-Pierre's going for an arm here. Oh, he's got that arm in tight, DC.
Let's go.
Oh, he's out!
He actually escaped. Look, I got to stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
Setting up for another submission now. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep. This has got to be the end.
And there it is! How about it? Absolutely remarkable what this fighter was able to accomplish here tonight. As you can see, the years of repetitions in the gym to set it up and ultimately get the tap there. Great technique to set up the finish. All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 17 seconds of round number 2. For the winner by submission and new UFC Middleweight Champion of the World, George Rush St-Pierre. All right, well, we have seen a definite uptick in the offensive grappling of George St-Pierre, and he gets the...